Сори, сори, сори. Фильтры. Конечно, конечно. Уже я могу всё. Что?
So this is
А,
the famous Czar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a...
Very funny,
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me?
Cut the crap, Marty.
As you say, boss.
итак, царь Клаб.
You know?
The girls?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you. My city is on fire. This is it. It was on the flyer from Deborah. Maybe we'll get to hear it.
A job with benefits, huh?
Don't be tasteless.
Oh, I get it now. The title. Do you think it's about the Great Fire of 𝐂𝐤𝐤?
Did you ever think of being a detective?
Very funny.
My city is on...
Окей. Выписка.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole...
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
Шо в клаб?
The Czar Club.
I like...
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause...
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
𝐂𝐡𝐢𝐜𝐤𝐿𝐴.
Oh, bless you.
It means, and yet it moves, bird brain. An old wolf named Galileo said that.
Oh, I
Галилео.
see. And what did he mean by that?
Dunno. I think there was something wrong with his stomach.
Ouch.
𝐂𝐴𝐜𝐴.
Да, не та.
Do you
Is it
remember
though?
when the 𝐂𝐤𝐿 Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Averia.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
С ним попиздеть можно. Льюис!
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name?
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in 𝐂𝐤𝐿, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today.
Rabbit?
I'll never
Rabbit?
forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss. Is Lucas really such a big fan?
Lewis. And yes, he's got the whole Chicken Police book series.
Is Lucas really...
Эй,
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later,
Ой,
pal.
Пал.
Let's not bother him.
Yes, sir.
Девушка Аист.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
Women или woman?
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Let's not bother her.
Okay, boss.
Ну что, почему? Шибала.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
No, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Блять, я если его зовут Билл. Ну, Боб смешно, конечно.
Jeez, look at...
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Как его зовут? Так, где он? Где он? Здесь нет. Понял. Это я читал. По-моему, это я тоже читал. Что за бред? Почему его здесь нет? Его нет здесь.
Just one more thing. This list of yours. Where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy.
Да, да.
Wait, just don't get too
Петушился.
excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal. That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha.
Блять, убери
Maybe
Берт,
next
еблан.
time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical question?
Let's just knock that giant out, shall we?
Let's just not do that.
Okay.
Yes, gentlemen.
Hey, big guy, what's your name again?
Да-да-да, Билл Боб.
My name is Archibald, sir.
Ебать, Арчибальд.
Archibald Conway.
Well, that's not a Bob.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Aren't you? What? No way. That's not even a real name.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt. Blackjack Conway to my friends.
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure. We'll be on our way now.
Хоть Блэк Джек. Так, теперь он появился в книге. Ага, Арчибальд. Имя Арчибальд Блэк Джек Конуэй. Баран в натуре. Пол мужской. Примета. Огромный, как скала. Разговаривает, как поэт, воняет, как коровник. Охранник сказал на входе в царь-клуб. Вероятно, он подчиняется непосредственно Ибн Уэслеру. Не стоит ее не говорить, что он очень образованный и у него богатый словарный запас. Это да, вышибал-то. Ну что, допрашивать его будем? Блять, а может с Льюисом попиздеть?
Is Lucas?
Да-да-да.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his...
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No problem at all.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Ну, пойдем.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Ayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'archilamont, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you. As
Просто?
always.
Он нас впустит?
The club welcomes you, gentlemen.
Thanks, buddy.
Хуя. А чем его спросить это можно? Просто пиздеть. Я забыл уже. Наташа кошечка. Потом полицейский
Look,
участок.
I really
Или что
don't
там?
want any trouble.
Да, это дурак.
It's
Зачем?
more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers.
Блять. Я только что все засрал.
Anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more,
Oh my God, not the books again.
so it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and for...
No problem, Shakespeare. Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
Not entirely, monsieur. My employer has many other kinds of jobs for me. He is quite creative in this field, I must say.
Like?
Like what?
Exactly.
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
Permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I...
so sorry to hear that, sir.
Say, big guy, you know...
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable...
Is that so?
I'm afraid that is all.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's,
Ну чё, мы теперь можем войти.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that...
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to...
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Еба, еще один громила. What I'm gonna say. Скучно виски.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his...
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know?
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my bad?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Я сейчас что, спиздил стакан? Что это, блядь?
Come to daddy, darling.
Golden Eagle. Что за хуйня?
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't...
Says someone who calls his
That's
gun
slow.
collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
Здравствуйте.
Hey, there's Fillmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to. Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well,
Any useful information?
for free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Я как бы попиздеть еще хотел. Окей.
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed.
Do you think we're walking into a trap?
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves. And don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
You're welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Two whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Старый добрый Филмор должен знать кое-что о Наташе, и это может быть важно для дела, но он ничего не скажет, пока я не встречусь с ним. Похоже, он немного нервничает, наверное, это что-то очень важное. Бурый сокол, он, нихуя себе. Еще непримечательный парень, которого потом и не вспомнить, мой старый знакомый из Авирии. Так.
Gentlemen, you're...
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run.
Ugh, my name is
𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐧
𝐏𝐨𝐥𝐢𝐜𝐞. I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack.
Блядь.
Tell me, Hey Breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
Ну, понятно, ничего не скажет.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel,
Yep.
but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Чуть обзывался.
That girl is
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh,
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big,
okay, Marty. Don't panic. Just look elsewhere and...
creepy little squirrel girl. Creepy little squirrel girl.
Верзила, нихуя себе.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if... this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
Секунду.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
Все, да? Парень лиса.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Секунду. Так. С этим попиздили. Вот. Это Ибн? Нихуя себе, ну здорово. А, это он зашел, а не кролик, я что-то поглядел.
Huh. Another lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh. No shit.
Бандикут.
think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep, just like life.
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kind of good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. And nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
Громила, да,
This
победимство.
guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Чё?
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
Женщина? Оливия.
That woman with Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
The memories are returning.
Geez, just spare me the dirty details.
Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The roaster copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather...
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notorious...
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Новенькая. Ага. Алло, что тут было? Да ничего, только вот вернулся в клуб. Все рассмотрел. Со всеми поболтал. И вот нашел этого крысеныша. Ибн Уэслера. Который... которые Наташу покрывают. Сейчас будем его допрашивать, видимо. О, хорошо. Куша. Это у нас Оливия. Черная ворона. По-женски. Необычайно высока. Помощница Смита Уэслера. Возможно, будет полезно узнать, есть ли в отношении господина Крысы и госпожи Вороны что-нибудь кроме работы. Я хочу пить. Сейчас буду. Ой. А ты чё там? Как ты там? Чё, куда пропала? Чё, как? Так, вроде все, да?
Just try to act normal. As
Yep, that's him. The big rat in the flesh.
well, it looks like this unpleasant conversation can't be avoided.
Don't be shy.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Нет, не допрашивай, просто спросим.
Nice
Клуб.
bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that.
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more...
Допрос. Ага, доступен допрос, окей. Хобарт Ибн Уэслер.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we...
Он поговорил до сих пор владела. Ты как бабка уже к телефону постоянно.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, Detective, but the name of his family still rings.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Угу. Оливия Блэквинг. Давай про кошечку.
Look, Detective, if you want to...
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Оливия Блэквинг.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a
Да?
detective.
Ну, понятно,
Olivia's
что
a
с
real
тобой.
firecracker.
Включить тебе телефон надо. Ну что, давай допрашивать его.
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Так, с Уэслером мне просто, к сожалению, мало не узнаю, поэтому придется сеть расставлять. Не могу пока просто прижать его к стенке. Пока. О, не получится нам его заломать. Как вы отреагировали, когда узнали о
How
шантаже?
did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. but I wouldn't call it blackmail yet.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Плюс 5 дали. Ага. Коварный, недоверчивый. Почему просто не позвонили в
Why didn't you
полицию?
just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh?
Harassment — это
You
преследование.
laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Минус 15? Ты чё, охуел? Зачем кому-то шантажировать вашу девушку?
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat
Ебать.
around the bush.
Почему он ванфас такой уебищный?
Are you and Natasha close?
What do you mean exactly, chicken?
Mr. Featherland, if you please. This could be important. How does she stand on the scale from sweetheart to wife?
Oh, you have some nerve. Ask.
Really?
Maybe you can't comprehend it, but I can't ask for her hand until she offers it to me herself.
How chivalrous.
Get to the point, detective.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler? Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Минус 20, игра, ну что за бред?
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah, the millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here, only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer.
Что нельзя наверх-вниз
I
перематывать
arranged
диалоги?
opportunities for her on the big stage.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Живешь
Do you
вместе?
live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
М.
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a bit.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not. So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but,
Illegal gambling nights.
you got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Вот это дело, напарник. Не совсем как я в прежние времена, но есть еще порох. Старик-цыпленок еще помнит пару трюков, да? Важная улика, ибо он очень старается сменить тему, когда речь заходит об угрозах. Он, очевидно, знает больше, чем захочет рассказать.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Так. Опа, какая кошечка. Анимация. Так странно. По-моему, Шеба? Что это такое? Что с ним, блядь?
Sonny.
Чего пиздануло? Она себя вылизывает, как интересно. В смысле, я имею в виду морду.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my
Ресницы
little
нарисовали?
football and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Tail.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it.
Тушился.
That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey,
I understand. You know, they call him Target.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me.
Ушки для ног,
like
пока на
light
дешевый романс
attracts
не
the moth
досчитывает.
people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests.
Так, давай-ка дальше. А, мы пришли, да? Картина.
Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
Кринжовенько немножко. Ага. Еще один комикс. Еще один полис-история. 7 правил. Я не знаю, что такое predation. Издевайся, кыса. Ой.
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Награть своим
Maybe I'm
отражением.
trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then
Don't mention it. So this is where the magic happens.
every woman needs a little magic.
You're right there, Angel.
Так. Он очень старается сменить тему. А, ну это мы читали. Он флиртует или работает? Как флиртовать? Кошечка. У меня необыкновенно зеленые глаза, у нее серьезная проблема, как у меня. И принадлежит церкви. Она была знаменитой певицей миллиона, затем мы взяла ее под крыло, и она стала владельцей клуба, ее прошлое мало что известно. Ага. Новичок. Кто? Знаем одного. Что, давай попиздим.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a...
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Блин.
You are.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the
Is it too banal if I tell you it's not?
terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's you.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but, I've seen you scanning my room.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often.
Блять, вы реально поебете, что ли, сейчас? Она еще опасна, одно может сказать, у нее большие проблемы. Так что только что. Просто является ли она источником проблемы, это кто-то другой.
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his...
Yeah, let me guess. There's some...
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful.
Уверенная, ну охуеть.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Ага.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
Не говори, что
I think I'm on
14.
a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
Чего в меня пальцем
Alright.
тычешь?
How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Пиздатый ты, блядь. Страненная.
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not...
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to...
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared.
Испуганная, да?
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Poor.
У вас-то картинка
Cat
получше.
got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
М,
No one's ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
That's one of the most curious things. Ibn has men everywhere, literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley. But no one saw anything.
Чего у него платье
One of them
блестит?
could be the culprit.
Ibn pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe.
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing a book?
Never.
Такая я
I'm afraid I've
думаю,
learned
писать
too much
умею.
about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp
Своим
Fiction.
ступал. Ну а сейчас-то на что блестит?
Hell, do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in the city.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy it?
Well, just a little, Sonny.
Платье должно быть красивым и привлекающим. Мы же не на сцене, пусть раздевается тогда. А я это думаю, как думаешь, ты сейчас через приложение смотришь, а если открыть в браузере? Интересно, будет задержка меньше или нет? Я думаю, нет, если честно. Хотя я думаю, да. Хотя не знаю.
A dark shadow from the past? An ex-lover? A husband, maybe?
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Well, I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So,
I've never been married, and I don't.
a more dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Love is just another face of...
So is hate a face of love then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean...
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in... Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's...
Мы почти раскусили.
Let's stop beating about the bush.
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're...
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and
Хрень
more
твою.
intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them.
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Легендарные пернатые копы снова в деле. Немного устали, но знают свое дело. Хорошая работа. Важного лика угрозы или скорее угрожающее слово. Сообщение для Наташи. Шлюха! Коротко, но емко.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like
Тут ты не
to
можешь
show you
показать,
something
блядь?
that could be of a great help in your
Меня
investigation.
наебет там,
I
наебет.
was
Я говорю.
afraid this was coming.
Вот в натуре.
Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there.
Да,
I
да.
won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is...
Ой, иди нахуй.
I knew you would
Oh yeah, I understand everything.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know,
Please, this is very important to me.
sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Наебет меня там.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Ключ дала, да?
Come to daddy, darling.
Даже боится это, и это по-настоящему, но она тоже... Пригласи меня в воскресный коттедж, чтобы что-то показать. В любой ситуации я был бы рад, но сейчас я переживаю. Да она не бьет. Я приеду, а там этот крыс. Что значит посещенные сцены, интересно?
Do you have a
I'm sorry.
Really? That's very
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work, too. But I promise.
Что еще? Что еще, блядь?
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows. Why
Look.
did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the millions.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of
Stavonia.
Stavonia. We are
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
here? No, absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later,
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why.
Окей, Дебра.
So, why, Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one. May I be
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn?
Сегодня
You
31,
love
что ли?
him,
In my
Я
own
думал,
way.
в преддверии.
Yes, I do.
whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no.
Ну и все, выебывается, блядь.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah, you're a real angel.
Артем-акцеп.
Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet.
Thank you for your discretion.
Don't mention it.
So, who's this Olivia?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know...
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't...
Блядь.
Well, that's your business.
Туря хули
What do
нет.
you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend.
Вот бы сейчас
and
массаж
wants
кто-нибудь
to
сделал.
flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Eben sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Спасибо вам за
Do you
беседу.
have a light?
I'm
Что-то новенькое, да? Она родилась в скверном царстве Ставони, откуда ее семье пришлось сбежать. Когда она дошла в разды Клавиль, она уже была старой. Я знаю, что сиротой, я захотел прочитать старый. Опа, Ставония. Это безрадостный мир гордых ставонцев, населенных в основном хищниками, крупными и кошачьими. По историческим и экономическим причинам дипломатические отношения между Кловелем и Ставонией весьма напряженные и сложные. Царство Ставония больше других пострадало в мясной войне, но большинство зверей всегда считало, что они могут развязать Вторую мировую войну и что они самая большая угроза на горизонте современного мира. А что, как называется? Альтера. Может, двуглавый континент Альтера только второй по величине из трех континентов дикой природы, но это дом самых развитых и влиятельных государств мира, таких как Наутика, Царство Ставония, Авирия, Вильезия и Сваласо, Влавасафас, или Империя Фрон, и, конечно же, Кловель, город тысяч цветов. Блять, это как в Темриэле, нахуй, название. Уровень, да, Герфовская Рим. Раздеваться будешь?
Do you have a...
Понятно. Тут зеркало. Пока, чё?
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I
Натуре,
also thought maybe something happened to you.
Я
You
соскучился за
thought
Марти.
Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Опа, куда он делся?
Wessler's secret.
Olivia Blackwig.
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a...
Верю.
Oh, it's you.
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
Тебя, тебя, говори.
Dude, don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around.
Well, thanks for the...
Anything else?
Да.
Look, Olivia,
Please, Marty, there's no need.
yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called.
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call.
That's good to hear.
Do you
Cool.
come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Охуенно.
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
What's your relationship with Miss Nat?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you?
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No,
Is that mutual?
that I can't tell.
Спасибо.
I'm sorry we just...
Not at all. Haven't.
What a lovely... Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Feather.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Блять. Так, крыса. Где ты, крыса? Габриэль. Габриэль Костолом, Антипов. Вид рысь. Пол мужской. Приметы. Тихий и смертоносный. Скорее всего, он из Ставонии. Так, бык, коров.
Remember that old case with the fox and...
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right?
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals,
Вы
right?
поняли.
And the wildest and most primordial instincts.
As you say, Marty.
Мы уже смотрели все это. Верзила.
Ah, this is the life.
Это мы уже видели. Так. Кролик. Или кто?
Creepy
Белка.
little squirrel girl.
Здорово, Филмор.
So,
In fact, yes, she was.
I bet she was. You know,
You're too old for this shit, huh?
as you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Угу.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, okay, I didn't say anything.
Так, что он нам дал? Вот. Что произошло? Как выбрать, блядь, письмо ебучее?
We stepped into it, didn't we?
Что там? Смотреть.
We stepped into it, didn't we?
Ну, имена и номера. Что это значит, блядь?
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want
Нахуй
to
ты мне
find
дал
out.
это?
Those names, all top dogs.
Мгм.
Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very
Ха!
Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Хватит. Я узнал только несколько имен из списка, которые фирма сунул мне в руку, но все они из уважаемой элиты Кловеля. Похоже на список гостей на свадьбу, но что-то я сомневаюсь. Да, конечно. Кыса, что у тебя тут? Полный список. С угрозами, да? Угу. Воскресный коттедж Наташа Кошечка. Она стоит в самом чистом удаленном районе города в Цитквиле. Любопытно, что она там прячет. Да вот уж не очень-то интересно, знаете ли. Эй, как тебя назвали? Лягавой?
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did.
Really? Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Да выходит, все, съебываем отсюда. Воскресный коттедж. Нет. Скок-дог. Полицейский участок. Давай в Скок-дог еще заглянем.
Ooh, a nice
были-
cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
Ты все еще в
Maybe
хуй, да?
he can't understand what we're saying.
Or he just doesn't want to...
Indifference is all.
You think I'm indifferent about the...
I didn't say that.
I'm not indifferent. I just think we...
It's never too late to change.
I hope you're right.
Everything all.
If there's some...
Well.
Понятно, он все так же не реагирует, нихуя. Пойдем внутрь сразу.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city.
Мы уже виделись уже, что ты выебываешься?
Hello to you too, Zip. How's it hanging?
I had no problems until now.
Ah, don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from...
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Кто? Да, музыку переключу. Почему музыка переключается? Кто?
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
Sniffing some juicy story?
I think I still owe him a great big left.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him.
I can understand that. Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a pleasure to see you. Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway. I'm always where the story is.
Mm-hmm. And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The chicken police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working, we're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that.
You'll have to, Tim.
We'll see about that.
Do you remember that time when Zip made you...
Do I remember? I'll never forget it.
At least you've learned your lesson. Never leave home without your...
Because your partner won't help you out. But hey, wasn't it you who went out to buy a pack of smokes without...
Well, that's different.
Yeah, right.
Is that rag you work for still around, Tim?
You mean the most read and highest ranking news...
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
I see that you still have your famous...
Это все?
So,
Not a chance, Timbo.
Sorry, pal. Maybe next time.
Эй, крыса.
Gods, he's in even worse shape than the...
Well, Marty, age...
What?
Yeah.
Все уже было.
So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by
Тоха,
all
тут...
this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it his
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just...
Of course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
Роскошные виски.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell. Who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers. I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
Фирма... Опять мое сообщение не показывает. Нет, последнее сообщение было мдам. Перед этим было платье должно быть красивым и привлекающим. Все.
We also ran into Filmar.
Filmar? Who's that?
A grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
Не забывай, что это Вич, это помойка.
Was Marlowe.
И он захочет показать твое сообщение, покажет. Не захочет, пососешь.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us
Да, не
something
показывает.
that
Да, не показывает.
means something. We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Что ты писал?
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that.
Можно заскринить, показать мне в
Thanks,
телеге.
Zip, but we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right?
Странный список имен. А ну-ка расскажи мне.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
Все? Ты че, сука?
What's up, Zip? Quiet night,
That's exactly what I asked him when he wound up here. But yeah, he's a regular nowadays. He must be sniffing some kind of story about the hive.
About the riots?
I ain't seen nothing. More cops around, yeah, as you can see for yourself.
We're not on duty, Zip.
It's still the same. A cop's a cop. A lot come by, but besides beating up bugs, nothing much happens.
It will, Zip. I can sniff it in the air.
If you say so, Sonny, your sense of smell is better than mine.
Maybe once.
Че, это все?
Huh? What more?
Is it forbidden to...
Go stand around somewhere else in his...
So,
Not a chance, Timbo.
Sorry,
Неужели в Восточной Европе изобразили котами, а не медведями? А почему должны медведями изображать? Это Россию принято медведями изображать. В Европе у каждой страны свое что-то. Тимати salt water. Salt water. Соленая водичка. Ведь чайка Симеона. Шумный, несносный, чересчур активный. Еще, к несчастью, фанат пернатых копов номер 1. Нет, ничего мы здесь нового вообще не узнали. Нахуй приходили. Тебя допросить даже нельзя, да? Уёбака. Ах ты, блядь. Каракули. А что написано? Туда подевали все цвета и fuck the king. А, меню. Ну ладно. Давай в полицейский участок сгоняем еще.
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing?
Не знаю, просто
Let's
так
hope we
пришли.
can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Learn something from Phyllis and Roy's.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
Yeah, figures.
Уебище.
How's it going tonight?
Uneventful so far, Sonny.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater.
That was a complicated evening.
I sure.
Я же выбираю. Алло.
Do you remember our old...
Понял. Понятно, здесь все уже читали, смотрели. А, Моника. Девочка. Хобарт и
Guess
Бен
who
Веслер.
we met today in person, Mon.
King Hector III?
Even better.
Wait a minute.
Damn right. Hobart Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
Wow. And you're still alive?
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business?
His name's gonna be rather...
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Which is?
Ibn's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
Yeah, we once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's not
Mickey.
very much, but it's something, I guess. I'll keep
Мы
my
его
ears
видели?
open.
Thanks, Mon.
Наташа
We
кошечка.
saw a pretty good show at the Czar Club tonight.
Good for you, I guess.
Natasha. She performed a new song.
And?
That's confidential, Dollface.
Зачем ты рассказал
I
об
can't
этом?
help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery, and I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Моника.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me, right?
All mysterious, full of secrets, and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
Оливия
We have a
Беллхит.
file on a woman called...
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few blackwigs that could be related.
О,
Around 30 to 35.
Maybe we have a catch then. Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. A few years back, but his daughter could have...
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be more than one.
Thanks.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know, we know. We're not even here anymore.
Странный список
Listen,
имен.
Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list. What could those numbers mean?
Она в юбке еще
It could be a
стоит.
date even,
Я
but
только заметил.
no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything.
Huh, it must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon.
Or, wait a minute.
Stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list...
Yeah,
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
Я же говорил об этом.
So soon? That...
Sorry, Mon. We're just here.
When are you not here for that, boys? How about wish me a happy birthday for a change?
Днюха?
Is it your
31?
birthday today?
Of course not. Don't be silly, Marty. You know exactly when it is. We've talked about it a dozen times.
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah.
So, could you help us with this and that?
Of course, boys, but be quick about it. I'm in over my head with paperwork and blood boils breathing down my neck.
We'll be quick like a hurricane.
Так, Боска, что расскажешь?
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox, what's up? Back here so
Cox.
soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden?
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Who? Are you...
Who? Us?
Just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
Филмар Лоу.
Do you still remember Filmar?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the rep.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something that stirred up a storm recently?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
Странный список имен. Нет, давай Наташу Кошечку.
Bosco, what have you heard of...
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler?
You couldn't be more racist if you tried, Bosco.
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why I asked.
And what's she like?
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest...
Really?
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars,
Опять сообщение не приходит или спишь?
a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
Which is what, exactly?
We're still not gonna tell you. The boss?
He's not in a good mood. Malloy got so drunk he pissed himself.
And we just put the cherry on top, huh?
Понял.
Mostly you, Sonny. No offense.
Я скоро
I'll
заканчивать
take
буду.
it. I'm used to it. Everything rolls right off my feathers.
Сейчас, наверное, в ее этот участок переселимся, переместимся и...
Don't go stirring.
We'll do what we can, Bosco. Don't drink that shit.
Sonny, you're bad for my health.
Miss John.
Зачем нам стрельбище? Я не буду стрелять второй раз. Наверх можно?
Blood boils in there, and I don't want to run it.
I wholeheartedly agree, partner.
Да, в принципе-то все. Каркуша. Нет. А кого же мы побивали-то? Хотя Клови представляет собой монархию, реальная власть и полномочия находятся в лапах не только короля, но и Совета 12. Как считает большинство зверей, сам король всего лишь марионетка и символ. Совет составляет самый могущественный после короля зверь в городе, в числе которых не только политики, но и влиятельные бизнесмены. Ну тогда все. Перемещаемся, я сегодня все.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar.
Швалой на Warzone нас поиграть. Макс Пейна. Здорово.
Balls to the wall.
Что Новый год поиграл в Макс Пейна 2.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say
Creeps это тоже мурашки?
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Ну да, да.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Я знаю, что это ловушка. О нет, написано шлюха на стенке. Так, а все уже. А все. 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 Пойду-ка я кушать и отдыхать. Так что... Ну что? Как тебе игрушка, картошка? Не понял. Все, ну да. Хочу хавать и отдохнуть. Ой, Steam упал, походу. Нет, Steam упал. Если... Вот ничего годное. Ну да, я думаю, следующий стрим будет последний по ней. Она не очень продолжительная. Сколько она часов? Сейчас тебе скажу. Я, по-моему, уже гуглил, забыл. Она, да, примерно... где? Если рашить ее, то за 5,5 проходится. Если обычно, как я прохожу, то за 7-7,5 часов. Хотя, может, и не последний, слушай. Охуять. Так что вот. Полись. А, у меня нет значков, значит, да. Видно. Так что, как бы, ну это, ну, типа, чё? Что? Это работает. А, у игры нет карточек. Есть ачивки. Окей. Ну все тогда, покидывал. Вряд ли сегодня подрублю что-нибудь. Хотя посмотрим. Но вряд ли. Но посмотрим. Но вряд ли. Все, шел.